What's the solution? Souffle pancakes. Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about souffle pancakes. The ingredients list is fairly basic, fairly simple. I'm going to make this dairy-free simply because I didn't have any dairy. You need to learn how to measure, you need to learn how to whip eggs. Fairly easy. It can be done. The other big part is technique. Once you start cooking the pancakes themselves, that's when the technique comes in. Now, mind you, be forewarned, first couple times you do this, they're not gonna work out. You're probably gonna make some mistakes. The first few times I did it, I did things like overcrowd the pan. I flipped them before they were ready. I cooked them too hot. All those things you're gonna make. All those mistakes you're gonna make. Practice. But you know, the thing is that all the ingredients here are fairly inexpensive. So don't feel bad if you mess up the first set. You've always got the next try. First thing we gotta do, let's go over the equipment. I got 2 bowls. Mixer. Water. You'll see what the water's for. I've got, I'll get to that. Non-stick pan. Lid. I've got my induction burner. I'm gonna set that to, first thing, of course, I gotta warm this thing up. I gotta make sure that this pan is at the temperature I need it to be. So I'm gonna turn it on, and I'm gonna set this to 210 degrees. If you don't have an induction burner that you can control the temperature on, don't worry about it. Those laser temperatures, laser thermometers, work really well. Otherwise, think about just putting it on your lowest setting, because you want this is gonna take about 10-15 minutes to cook. So this is not something that you're gonna rush. So, whisk, microplane grater, rice scoop. Interesting. You'll find out what I use that for. Pretty blue spatula. Whatever the heck these things are. That's a common joke in the kitchen. Us savory types, we don't know what these are for. Now let's get on to mixing this up. First thing we gotta do is separate some eggs. 2 bowls. Convenient, isn't that? So our whites are going in this one, yolks are going in that one. First thing I tried to do, crack it evenly. I didn't get too good of a job. And then just get as much of the white out as possible. If you get a little bit of the yolk in there, like I did, no big deal. Take a piece of the eggshell and just scoop it right out and put it in your other stuff. Second egg. Again, you could use the transfer method. For those of you who don't mind icky egg yolks in your fingers, use your hand. So we got 2 sides here. Oh, cream of tartar. That goes in with the whites. The whites are gonna go down here to this section. Let's work on the other part of the batter. We'll start off with almond milk. Yeah, I'm not gonna measure this because it will take more to get it out of the spoons than anything else. We got 2 tablespoons of honey. You can use white sugar in this. I like honey. Cake flour. Cake flour is a ultra fine bleached, low protein flour. That goes in. We're gonna add some flavor. I've got amaretto, just a touch of it. Okay, that was a touch and a half. And nutmeg, fresh ground, always. Baking powder. Baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder. We're gonna give this a mix. Oh, always just a pinch of salt. That wasn't much. We'll mix this up. That's all we do with that for now. Now we'll move down here to deal with our egg whites. So we've got our egg whites and we've got a 1/4 teaspoon, so 2 egg whites, and we've got a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Let's just give it a mix. Start it off slow. And yes, I'm using a hand mixer. Why? The hand mixer works better than the stand mixer for smaller amounts. Since I've only got 2 egg whites in here, might as well use the hand mixer. I'm gonna put the first one. Let's give it a test. Just stick the beaters in. It folds over. That's soft peak there. We're looking for stiff peaks, or well, medium to stiff peaks. That's about medium. We'll give it a little bit more. Won't take long. Let's see. Doesn't budge. That's stiff peaks. Little trick to get all that goo off of the beaters. Set it right above the foam and inertia. Now the big thing is we need to integrate the egg white, into our egg yolk mixture. Spatula. We'll take about 1/3 of it, 1/4 to 1/3 of it, and I'm just gonna mix it right in. Not gonna worry about trying to save the bubbles and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be too gentle. I just wanna lighten this, the egg yolk mixture. The amaretto is really coming through on this. Now I'm gonna take another 1/3. You don't have to be exact. And I'm just gonna fold this together. Won't take long, maybe 6, 7 folds. There. Now I'm gonna take the rest. And again, fold that in. So fairly simple ingredients, fairly simple method of production up to this point. Now comes the difficult part. So I'm going to hit this with just a little bit of neutral flavored oil. I've got canola. Then I'm going to wipe it out. I'm not really wiping it out. I am actually redistributing it, taking off the excess. There. Should look like there's no oil in it at all. Quiet. Now for the rice paddle. What I find with the rice paddle is the easiest tool I've used to actually get an even coat on top of this, because we're going to layer this foam on top of each other and cook it while we're doing it. Like I said, it's going to take about 15 minutes. It's worth it. So a little bit of the foam goes down, gonna circle it, gonna spread it out so that it's in a somewhat of a circle. And I'm gonna do another one. This pan is it's an 8-inch non-stick pan. You really can't do more than 2 in this pan. If you've got a 12-inch, yeah, you might be able to get 3. That's up to your panage. The water, the lid. Put the water down in. I put maybe a teaspoon and a half in there. Now we wait. I'm going to do this technique a couple of times and then we'll flip. Hopefully, everything will work out well with that. All right, that's gone about 2 minutes. Time to add another layer. And this is why I like this rice paddle, is that I can put and just ease on a nice little layer onto that. Could you use a spoon? Yeah. Could you use a ladle? Yeah. This is what I found works easiest for me. A little more water. Put the lid on it. Wait a couple more minutes. Well, while that's working, I might as well make some garnish. I've got some blueberries here. Always nice. One of my favorite berries. I've got some nice strawberries. I'm just going to slice them in half. I like strawberries too. That's our garnish. We've got a plate. Always good to have the plate ready, especially when you're cooking this type of thing. Eggs, stuff like that. Plate should be right next to you, so you don't waste any time. You don't overcook, whatever. Layer number 3. Again, just kind of lay that right on top. And you want to give it time to set, because if you don't give it time to set, or the previous layer time to set, what will happen is it'll just kind of smush down. It won't be able to hold the weight of the new batter. I like whipped cream. I'm going to make some right now. Bowl. Cream. Might as well throw the amaretto in there. Sugar, maybe a tablespoon. I've got maybe a third of a cup of cream in there. Another whip. If you're lazy, you could use the hand mixer. I'm going to hit them with a little bit more water. Top layer isn't quite set yet. Let that set. Okay, my 4th layer is on. It's been a couple of minutes. Let's check to see if it's ready to turn. Okay, the outside is still a little bit sticky. We'll give it a minute. Let's talk flipping. Not houses or cars or horses or anything like that, but let's talk about flipping these pancakes. This is the most dangerous part of this technique. That first part, that's fairly easy. With a little practice, any one of you would be able to easily get this with your eyes closed the first try. This part is where it gets tricky. This is where I had some problems with it also. Best part, make sure that it's set. 1, make sure it's set. 2, be careful. 3, you have to have the right tool. I flipped with this rubber spatula. Of course you want to use, or silicone spatula. You want to use something that will be friendly to your non-stick surface. So that leaves you with these. Problem with these is that usually they're a lot thicker than metal, which you don't want to use on this. So go with your thinnest plastic or rubber or silicone spatula. I find this one here, which is kind of like a spoon spatula, works the best because it gives me a nice thin rubber here that I can just slide under and ease it over. All right. We're not done with the lid yet. Okay, we're good there. I'm gonna slide it under. Now, if it doesn't want to separate from the pan, just walk away from it. Put the lid back on, maybe a little more water. If it does, you're ready to turn. If it doesn't, it means that it's still gooey down at the bottom. These seem to be okay. Nice golden brown. There we go. Put the lid back on. A little more water. And we're gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. This will show you how tall they got. Turn that off. And let's get these out of the pan. Look at how tall they are. For those of you who saw my French toast episode, you'll know I like them tall. Move this out of the way. Look at that, they're beautiful, they're fluffy, they're light, they're airy. Okay, we got our pancakes here. Love them, nice, thick, fluffy, all that fun stuff. They are there, right? Ah, yes they are. Let's garnish this. I like, we'll start off with some whipped cream. Very easy to make. Lace with a little bit of amaretto. We'll throw some berries in there. Love blueberries. A couple of strawberries. It's almost time to eat. But we have one more thing. Maple syrup. The real maple syrup, not the stuff from, well, some field in Iowa. I'm talking about the stuff that comes from these. Yes, trees. It's a pretty tree. It's in my sister's backyard. Enjoy.